Okay. So today we want to cover two things. The first one is really very simple. The NapaTrax two-way integration has been deployed for individual users. If you are a NapaTrax enterprise user and you want to use it, you need the version 2.1.14 or higher. I think the latest is 2.1.21. And I mean the NapaTrax version. So we are ready to deploy that with you, but you need that version. And so what works is tech nodes, odometer jobs are written back to the repair order. NapaTrax at this point has no time clock interface, but yet. So I think that's coming. We just have no precise date. So what that means is no completed hours are being written back to NapaTrax. You still would use the T times report on the auto vital side. Any questions about that?
Nope.
Good. So what we want to cover today as the main topic is editing notes and images. And I apologize that it is a never-ending story, but we're trying to really accommodate all possible practices and overestimated a little bit the multitude of different ways of doing it. So what I'm going to present to you is not live yet. It will be live tomorrow. But I want to start with a few assumptions so it's clear under what circumstances the editor works best. So number one, techs write notes for customers into that field. Right? So we have on the tablet customer notes field, and that's where the techs would write the customer notes into. Techs would also write the image notes into the caption field. This is one field, and we will automatically copy that to the customer notes. Text enter measurements values correctly. When I say measurements, I mean brake pad thickness, tread depth, and so forth. And the following slides are describing the behavior if the approval options in inspection settings is set to approval at once. There's another option which is approve individually. Very few shops do that, where you basically have to go through every single topic and have to approve it. Some owners want their service advisor to do that. This is not covered today because it's pretty simple. You have to approve every single node individually. There's nothing really to explain about. The more interesting way is approval option is set to at once. So those are the assumptions. We have two editors now. One is the topic editor, where you have an overview of all jobs or inspection topics, and each of them has a little pencil. And that topic editor, which used to be the main editor for everything, has now lost its importance a little bit with the introduction of the image and notes editor. But it is still the best way to get a topic overview and check the correctness. Right? If a tech forgot to put in status, or you see some obvious error, the best way to check that is in this view. And when you click on the pencil, you see something like this, right? Depending on what the topic is. And what we have done there is we have taken all approval checkboxes away. It is by default editable, right? So you can go in here and start editing. Okay? But it is a topic by topic editor, right? If you really wanted to use this to go through every single topic and edit something, that would mean hit the pencil, edit something, click OK, hit the next pencil. That's a lot of work. And this topic editor is not designed to do that. It's really just designed to get a topic overview and see in one view what kind of erroneous things are in there the tech might have overlooked or mistyped. Okay? Any question about that? Good. Oh, yes, is there one?
No.
Where the real editing happens is in the notes and image editor. So we have introduced that you not only can edit the images and have to switch back and forth between the topic editor and the image editor, we just combined it all into one. Now called notes and image editor. And you see now there are quite a bit of different notes. So you have the shop eyes only notes for tech notes and images. Then you have the measurement notes. And then you have the customer notes for tech notes and images, right? So we are talking about 3 different notes. And there you have now 2 checkboxes at the top. It's either not touched, then it's neither approved or disapproved. Right? Disapproved would mean that the tech has written something which the service advisor does not want the customer to see. Right? So if that's the case, the service advisor would just either edit it over or disapprove it because it's not going to go anywhere. Or it is approved or it is disapproved. Right? Those 3 things every node can have. Pretty straightforward. You will see at all times what items have not been approved yet, right? So those are the ones which have not been touched yet, and they are listed here as the number of all items. It doesn't matter what kind of node it is. Then you see here the number of topics, and as you go through it, you will always see how you navigate. And then you see here the index of all images and nodes together. So the best way to use this editor is basically use this one advance arrow here and click next, 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 next through all the individual images and nodes. That's the easiest way to do it. And again, if you're meticulous as a service advisor, you would do exactly this, and we're good. If there's a rush and you want to just stop doing it and trust that what the tech delivered is ready to go to the motorist without you wanting to approve it, then you would just hit the close button and it will tell you this. It will say 3 items for the following topics are not approved yet. Do you want to approve them all? And then you say okay, and off you go. Right? So if the service advisor is taking a shortcut because he can rely on the fact that what comes from the tech is being trusted on, he would just not really care about approved or disapproved. He would just look through some notes, make some edits, and then hit the close button. And then he has the ability to approve them. All the non-touched will then be approved. Any questions so far? I think that's the biggest new way of doing it. So you see always how many items have not been touched yet as a service advisor. And when you close the editor, then you are being made aware of how many items have not been approved. So you could now click cancel and go back to brakes rear and tires left rear and approve them. Any questions?
Yeah, Eve is asking, is there a way to approve all notes for a tech for every inspection?
I'm not sure I follow the question or understand it. A way to approve
all notes for a tech for every inspection.
Just by an option, and there's none. No, I mean, yeah, approve all is exactly this.
Yeah, you would just not touch anything.
You not touch anything and hit OK, and then it gets automatic, and then everything is approved. So then there are people who are gonna not even open the image editor, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so let's talk about how two more things in the tool are being behave. So one is some of you use the automatic send out of the inspection result when the vehicle is being moved into the approval state, right? So you could just move the vehicle into the approval state, and then you get a pop-up like this, right? The following inspection results will be email texted to customer name, and then we will auto-approve everything. This is not a great best practice, because that means no image really is edited, or the service advisor has no idea what the tech has written. But we offer it because it's a conscious decision by the service advisor to actually approve what the tech has done with one click. Okay? If that's not desired, then you hit cancel, and then the vehicle moves back in the state you came from, the workflow step, do your edits, and then move again. Last but not least, you could also ignore the image editor at all, and then go to the view inspection result and send it from there. Lots of you do that. And if you have basically skipped the image editor, we will show in the preview, see here with the question mark on the image and with the red italic bold marker, what of the nodes have not been approved yet. And if you hit the send button and send it from there, we ask you again, do you want to approve all items which have not been touched yet? So no matter how you slice it, right, we are going to make the service advisor aware that when in a rush, that here is how many topics are not being, have not been touched yet, and will be approved automatically.
And so if I hit yes right there, then those notes in red are going to get sent to the customer.
That's correct.
And if I hit no,
it's not being sent, you go back.
I go back to the, and it's going to take me to the edit screen for images or something? Or
no, you have to go there yourself.
Yeah, because I'm in PD. I'm in the viewer.
Yeah, you're in
results viewer, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
That's it. So why are we helping the service advisor this way? So we see that as a help to make service advisors who are, busy and interrupted, make them aware that what they send to the customer contains information they have not checked yet. And then it's up to your policy to have the service advisor approve all, or make them aware that what's going to the customer might be of questionable quality, to go back and edit, or at least review every note. Any more questions about that? Good.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, here they come.
Okay.
Liz is asking, what if you don't have edit pics, or maybe pictures to edit? If you could clarify that for me, Liz. Are you asking if there's no pictures on the topic? Yeah.
It's kind of independent of the pictures. It's about notes, right? So we're talking about approving notes. So yes, if you have no pictures, then you don't have image notes. Then you only have tech notes.
Yeah, there's still tech notes.
There's still tech notes. Right.
Got it. Terry's asking, or Terry said, thanks for making the topic measurements auto and no longer have to approve those. Very helpful.
I mean, you have to approve them through the mechanism here, right? So you don't need to explicitly check a box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's two benefits. You don't have to check the box for the interface, and then you don't have to do each one individually.
That's correct. Yep.
So actually, you could go into View first.
Yes.
See all notes and how they're laid out.
Yes.
And then go back in and know which topics you need to edit. And
so if you're really interested in putting yourself in the motorist shoe, that would be the recommended step.
That's what I would do. Yeah.
Go into View. Here is what the customer's going to see. Is that how you want them to see it? And then go back if not.
Yeah. Go right into those ones you want to edit. You can ignore the rest. And
right.
Approve all at the end. And
right.
Good.
Good. Any more questions?
That's it.
Then I want to make you aware of tomorrow's digital shop talk radio. This is going to be, I mean, I'm overusing the word epic, but it truly deserves that word.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have 3 superstar operators talking about their different approaches of how they run their workflow. I know already that half an hour is not going to be close to cover the questions, but I think if it's going to be interesting also for the 3 of them, maybe that's just the first episode. So I would highly recommend you're joining tomorrow at 10 on Facebook, and then maybe shoot your questions there. So we were going to have John Long from Schertz Auto Service in Schertz, Texas, Christopher Peterson with Northwest Automotive, and Adam Benchik with Pro Auto Service. I hope I got that right.
Yeah.
And all 3 are very active Facebook users, for those of you who check this out from time to time, and are very, very sophisticated and operators, checked out many different options, spend a lot of thought and time to make that work for their operation. So I'm sure it's going to be super interesting to listen and ask questions. Good. Then thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy day. I highly appreciate that. And hopefully we see each other tomorrow in the Digital Shop Talk Radio. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day. We'll talk to you tomorrow on Digital Shop Talk Radio. That's 10 a.m. Pacific and 1 p.m. Eastern Time.